Hi, this is Noora from Battle Beast, and you're watching Chaos TV.
Okay, so hello everyone. Chaos TV is today here at Bar Passion in Tampere, Finland, and we have the pleasure to talk with Noora Louhimo from Battle Beast. So first off, hello and welcome to Chaos TV once again.
Thank you very much.
So in general, how has the year started so far for you and the band?
We have been very busy with the rehearsals for the upcoming tour. So it's been since January. We have just been at the studio and just polishing our show.
Okay, so obviously you have a new album coming out, No More Hollywood Endings, in about a week through Nuclear Blast. So first off, could you tell us a bit about the whole writing process for the album? Was it like similar of Bringer of Pain, or did it differ somehow this time around?
There were similarities, but this time we wanted to make this even more like with big sounds and theatrical sound. And so a new thing that we wanted to add was real live string section to make it even better than before, and kind of the road that we started with Bringer of Pain musically has developed on this new album.
So did you already had a clear vision when you started writing it that this time around we want to do things this way already when you started writing it?
I think, well, the idea of more theatrical and bigger music was already like in our heads, that we want to do even bigger music, and of course our goal is to make as good music as we can, but it actually, the whole album and how the songs ended up being and what the kind of the theme in the whole album just developed during the process of songwriting. And actually the songwriting started partially during the Bringer of Pain tour, so it's a constant process of songwriting. You know, it's like you never, while you are touring, if you are a musician, you don't stop doing music, but you actually have all the ideas all the time going on in your head, and you put them up. And but yeah, in the beginning of 2008, I think we started kind of the songwriting process with full force, but we've been very busy with touring at the same time, so it's always a challenge scheduling to do and make the album in the time, but fortunately everything went well, and what we learned from last album was of course scheduling better and kind of organizing better, and yeah, I guess during the years you can say that we get more professional and organized with the business in the band, and also music wise and songwriting wise.
So when I was listening to the album, I also noticed that the songs kind of sound a bit more bigger. So was that kind of like intentional, that now when you are playing also for bigger audiences and bigger stages, that the songs need to basically carry more themselves?
Well, the music is always the priority one, and our goal is to make good music, and like I said, we wanted to do bigger music, but we didn't think while we were doing this album that this is for the Helsinki Ice Hockey Hall or whatever. But of course it's been for a few years now that we think that our music just doesn't fit in small pubs anymore, but and of course visually I really want it to be something big visually, and somehow even though we would be in smaller clubs, there would be this kind of big experience for the audience.
So obviously Bringer of Pain was like the first album that you released without Anton in the band, and now this is the second one. So did you felt like more relieved when you started writing this one because Bringer of Pain went so well?
I don't.
Or did it matter at all?
There's huge pressure always because when for example, Bringer of Pain was a success, but then you have this kind of pressure on you that okay, now I have to do even better, or even keep up the standards, and yeah. So I don't think it was any easier this time. Of course, we had mentally more pressure with the Bringer of Pain album because we had to prove to ourselves and to our audience that we are able to continue doing good music without the songwriter that we used to have. But the advantage that we have now is that we have more than one songwriters in the band, and everyone can offer their songs to the band, and then we decide which songs are fit to our own kind of brand.
So musically the album is a bit more like wide in a sense that there's quite many different music styles on this one compared to, for example, Bringer of Pain. So was that also kind of like your plan that you wanted to make it even more wide than before?
I think it just went kind of naturally because we got different kind of songwriters. Janne, for example, is he loves pop music and rock music, so he did songs like that. And then Joona, who is more into heavier stuff, he was mostly responsible of the heavier stuff. And then we have Eero, who I think he's got this kind of good visual and he's got really good ideas like as a songwriter, in my opinion, like how to combine kind of this old Battle Beast style and then kind of put it in the modern way, the way that we want to continue in the future.
So also vocal-wise the album is quite diverse, so were you like pushing yourself when you were recording the album? Do you always try to challenge yourself and push you to the limits when you make new music?
Yes, I felt so many different emotions during the demo sessions and recording sessions because I'm a perfectionist. so
doesn't make things easy.
yeah, and it's like but what makes it easier for me is that when the guys, for example, they write music for my voice and they know my skills, but then in the other hand I got to do things as a vocalist on this new album the way that I haven't before, and I kind of I want to show people and to our listeners that heavy metal is not necessarily have to be in a certain way, and as a vocalist you can do different things, but the most important thing for me is that I serve the song, that the right emotion and kind of edge comes to the song, and so I always try to serve the song, and because the songs have already been written for my voice, they are most of the times they are serving my voice too, so it's like it's a good combination.
So what can you tell us about the lyrics on the upcoming album? Is there like a theme around them, or is it just separate songs, or?
Well, at first I was like, yeah, it's not a concept album. Well, like not, I've been saying this, that it is not a concept album, but then when you get into the stories which are told in the songs, in the separate songs, there are very much common issues that we deal with. There are very painful issues, and there are things about like we deal with issues like how does social media and the privacy policy affect us as people, and then there is also this kind of other edge that we just kind of have fun with you know, music, like Endless Summer, for example, is like kind of ultimate love rock ballad, and so we have lighter kind of issues there, but I think there are a lot of painful, mostly painful issues that we are dealing with, but with kind of positive way that we bring it out, and but the main kind of message what comes out is empowerment, and is that we want to encourage people to find the power within themselves, and kind of that say that you can survive even you've had painful things in your life.
So speaking about after releasing the album, obviously you will have the release show at the Hole of Helsinki, and probably it's going to be your like biggest headline show to date. So how much preparations have you actually done for that, and what can we expect from the show?
We've been rehearsing since the beginning of this year, and planning and rehearsing all the time. Like even though I live here in Tampere, I've been in Helsinki like many days of a week, and yeah, and of course we do all the promotion stuff, like doing interviews and promotional videos and going to TV, and kind of, and of course we want to contact our fans in the social media too, so they can stay updated. But yeah, it's been a lot of work, and more work than before. Like we've had so many rehearsals that I have stopped counting already. But so that means that this means to us a lot, that we are able to do this kind of shows in this volume. So preparing is half done.
Yeah. Now you just need to basically do the show. You're almost there.
Yeah. It's very exciting times, because of course we are kind of eager to know how many people are gonna end up being on our shows, and also see how our new album is gonna be received, and that will very, very much define our future in the music business. So very exciting times.
So quite many bands have like recently played their albums through entirely. So would you see Battle Beast playing no more Hollywood endings through, or probably even some older album someday? What do you think about the whole idea?
It depends on the album, and it depends on the guys if they want to do that. But I think it's nice to play different songs from different albums and still kind of show people that they all work together. So I'm not sure. Maybe not.
So if you would be actually able to see some album played through entirely, what album would you like to see and why? Is there some like special album to you that you would like to be performed fully?
Someone else.
Yeah, some other band.
I don't know. I would love to hear some of Iron Maiden's any of their albums fully played. So, but maybe, yeah. Well, one of my favorites are Seventh Son of the Seventh Son. So maybe that one.
Okay. So in the end, a bit about the future plans after these Finnish shows. What's in the scope for you guys?
Right after the last show in Finland, there's 2 days, and then we hit off the road for 6 weeks in Europe, and then we have 25 summer festivals coming up. Then we go to United States for 5 weeks. Then we have a couple of weeks in South America, and then we after that go straight back to Europe again. So it's gonna be very, very busy year.
Touring and touring.
Yes.
So hey, thank you a lot, Noora, for the time, and all the best for the upcoming album. Anything you want to say as last words to all the fans watching this afterwards?
Well, of course, I want to say that go get your own copy of No More Hollywood Endings, and there are still some tickets left to Helsinki, Turku and Oulu shows. So get your tickets and see you at the shows.